we are boots on the ground. People need to be a little bit careful who they're putting their faith in right now.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Von and Dunn. If you haven't done it already, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, smash it. It doesn't take time at all. It's free. I'll subscribe back to you. For God's sakes, I'll jump out of parachute for it. Do not make me do. Starting off this week, Electric, we want to know what's happening with Shedeur. Well, for what it's worth, we got a Hall of Famer reporter. She said she has boots on the ground and gives official update on Shedeur Sanders. I mean, it's blasphemy if you ask me. I understand he may have been taken in the 5th round because of the elite. What I don't understand is how you can have 2 eyeballs and not see that Shedeur is better. Now, I hate to be a stat guy, but I gotta put some electricity behind what I'm saying, so let's run to these stats. First thing I want to point out is that Dylan Gabriel had a running game, so not only does he pass the ball, but they run it. The defense is always off balance. They never know really what's going on. He does finish with 72.9% completion, and he has 30 touchdowns. I want to point out 21 sacks as well, so not a lot of sacks. He had a great offensive line. Then we can run over here to Shedeur. 4,000 yards. Everyone knew Shedeur was going to be passing. He still got sacked a ton of times. 42 times he got sacked, and he still finished with a completion percentage better than him with no running game at all. If we should put Shedeur over there at Oregon, he don't have a better completion percentage. And then to finish this off, I hate to do you like this, but I gotta show the proof. Just to finish this off, Shedeur born in 2002. Dylan Gabriel was born in 2000. Get your old ass out of here. Shedeur lasering passes his entire career. He has more toughness than a rhino. I've never seen any quarterback get completely hammered and not get up and yell at his offensive lineman. Shedeur has balls of steel. I mean, stop this madness. Now, for what it's worth, this is what she had to say.
Your attention. And what I really need is a golf cart to get around out there. So now that I've made the Hall of Fame, they should have like a little golf cart for me, and I can just, ride around or have somebody drive me around.
I'll see what I can do about that. We'll talk to Frayne to see if we can get you one. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, let's do that. But, you kind of have to run around and make sure that you're seeing everything that you see. And invariably, I'm running over to get to the first set of 11 on 11s, and by then, Joe Flacco has already completed his first long pass. So it is hard to get to see everything that you want to see, and you have to miss some things. But we're picking up plenty.
Yeah.
We've only seen 2 OTAs because unless you stand in between the fields, which it's possible to do that you can stand on the one end and sort of see both fields pretty well. You can try to do that, but you're still having to look either over there or over there. And I don't get to see every single pass or play the way that I would want to. But we're picking up plenty.
Yeah.
We've only seen 2 OTAs so far.
First thing I want to point out is she is a Hall of Famer, so we should be expecting or getting at least Hall of Fame work. So why is it that we're not? So now I gotta diagnose you and give everyone what we all know is Hall of Fame work. So smash the subscribe button, because electricity is running through me right now. First thing you heard this lady say is that you have to miss things. She openly admitted missing things. That means that when Joe Flacco throws a pass over here, she's missing what's happening over there. When Shedeur's doing something over here, okay, so now you just let us know that you don't really see everything that happens when you already out there. And the reason I brought that up is because if you're not catching everything that's happening while you're out there, then you have no idea what's happening when you're not there, when you're not allowed to be there. When they go behind the scenes in the meeting rooms, when everybody is out of the field and the doors are shut, you really don't know what's happening, because when the door's wide open, you told us that you're missing stuff. Now you got me feeling like I'm a Hall of Fame reporter, because if you a Hall of Fame reporter reporting this, then y'all put me in the Hall of Fame right now. You gotta go ahead and do it, because I'm gonna let you know the truth. The truth is, Shedeur's absolutely ballin', and you can't stand it. And that's why I dropped them stats to let you know, with that Big Ten offensive line, he still ain't have the completion percentage that Shedeur, Kurt, you need to stop it. But goes on to say that she feels like she has a grasp on the whole situation, and says that she has this grasp and they only been to 2 OTAs. You do not have a grasp on the situation if you only been to 2 OTAs. You've barely been present.
We've only seen 2 OTAs. I don't get to see every single pass or play the way that I would want to. And you have to miss some things. I feel like I have a pretty good handle on how this thing is going right now.
Is this a joke? Then she goes on
I wrote
to say
about this in a column that hit this morning, and that is, if you're looking out there and you're seeing Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel look at times like it's not perfect and they're not completing as many passes, or it looks like they're almost throwing an interception. Those two guys are having so much heaped on their plate right now. They're the ones that are sort of being tasked with trying to figure out what's going to work in this new offense and what's not going to work in this new offense. So they're getting the brunt of the install right now, and that's in part because they need to get them up to speed as quickly as possible, but also because those two guys were kind of targeted early on as the two players that the Browns probably have out front right now in terms of winning this competition. And the reason why I say that is because they were acquired earlier in their respective acquisition cycles than the other two, right? I mean, we know that Kenny Pickett was traded for a month before Joe Flacco was signed, and that Dillon came in the 3rd round, Shedeur in the 5th. So we know that those guys come in with a bit of an edge. It doesn't mean that the other two can't flip the script, but more is going on to the plate of Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel right now than, let's say, than Shedeur. And with Joe, he already knows so much of it, so they don't really have to do that with him as much. They have to get those other two guys ready.
Yeah, it's, Nathan and I have been pretty trying to be pretty transparent with the conversation, because I think one thing that's happening, and I'm sure you're seeing this in your readers or in your social interactions, like everybody wants to talk about Shedeur all of the time, and everything that you just said is exactly on point and exactly what's going on out here. And I feel like from the national perspective, especially, it's getting missed, and I think it's at times misleading the fan base about what's actually going on here. So I think it's really important that you wrote what you wrote, because that's an accurate description of what we've seen in OTAs, not just what's been open to the media, but what we've seen too.
Yes, exactly. And I just heard another set of Shedeur opinions even this morning, and it's just almost kind of funny to me that people from the outside, or the national experts, shall we say, seem to feel like they know exactly how this is going, and they're not here. We are boots on the ground, and so I think people need to be a little bit careful with who they're putting their faith in right now in terms of how this thing is playing out. Yes, Shedeur looks really, really good with what they're asking him to do.
Thank you for saying that last part. That's really all we want to hear you say. The other guys, because you won't say this, look really, really terrible with what they're asking them to do. Joe Flacco, yeah, vet, knows the system. Even Joe Flacco knows that the future is Shedeur. Y'all need to stop it. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. This story is electric. I'm going to keep following it. And what a way to start off this week. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. What is she talking about? Shedeur's going to be balling and in first place when all of this stuff is done. She needs to stop it. Now y'all let me know. Get down in the comments. I'm going to see you on the next video. And subscribe so I can do this full time. I had to run from my job, run from the gym, make a late video, all because I'm working to pay these bills. I really appreciate everybody for watching. Remember, not only do I talk sports, but we talk sports. So I hope to see you down in the comments below. I'm energizing these stories all week long. Do not miss a video. If you don't want to miss another electric video, make sure you subscribe. It costs nothing at all, so I'd expect you to be doing it so I can do YouTube full time. Always stay positive. Always uplift. Keep that good energy like the lightning bolt, and make sure you check out our website. I will see you all on the next video.